This is the best thing that you'll see all week. Actor and longtime Trump friend Chuck Zito exposed why Hollywood turned so quickly against Donald Trump and gave a closer perspective of who Trump is in his inner circle that most other people can't see. Just take a look at this because there's so much I think it reveals.
This becomes kind of relevant to your friendship with Trump. I mean, when he got indicted on, criminal charges for his alleged bookkeeping errors.
Yeah.
That must have struck home in a particular way.
Like I said, I went to his trials, and we've been friends for a long time. And what they've done to him, you could never. I would never imagine it in 100 years that they could do that to a former president and one who's running now.
How did you guys meet?
We met at we met at a restaurant at first, and then I was with Liza, and they've been friends for a long time. And, of course, Studio 54, we saw each other. Mm-hmm. So everybody used to go there back in the day. Everybody.
Yep.
Somebody was always there. So, and I used to work also at Cafe Central uptown. And no matter what night it was, you'd see 10 actors there. Mm. Liza Minnelli and Bruce Willis was the bartender.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. He used to make me 8 creams.
You're kidding me.
Before he was a big star.
Sure.
And everybody was there. Liza Minnelli, Cher, Peter Riegert, Treat Williams, John Goodman, De Niro, Pacino, Joe Pesci. Everybody used to go to Cafe Central.
And Trump.
So
you maintained a friendship all this time.
Yes, all
He's in the documentary. We have a little bit of him. Do we? Yes, I think we do. I saw him. Oh, we don't have the clip, but I saw him. And he goes on and on about you and how much he likes you.
So great. I mean, I am so blessed and honored that he did it for me. You got to realize he's the president of the United States. He's the most powerful man in the world. And he opens and closes my documentary.
He's loyal.
So I am so honored and humbled that he did that. And he's loyal.
And that last sentence is more important than you think, considering the kind of background Chuck Zito comes from as an actor, stuntman, biker, boxer, and bodyguard. All of these areas thrive on the basis of courage and loyalty. And considering Chuck has been close to Trump for over 40 years at this point, it says a lot about both of them. By the way, this is a great time to subscribe and hit the notification bell to never miss out on the conversations that we have here every single day. Now, while both of them have turned their life in very different directions over these 40 years, there's almost a brand of masculinity that they share along with many other names in Hollywood that you can put in a similar category like Sylvester Stallone and Kevin Sorbo. But Chuck went a step further when Trump was at his lowest last year, facing a barrage of legal troubles when he showed up with him at the trials, especially the one in New York.
So why did you feel it was important to go to the trial?
Because he was getting railroaded, and I want to stick up for him. I stick up for my friends, and I want to show my support and, support him. I mean, they charge him with all these, phony charges and everything, and we know that. So, and we know, I don't care what they say, when he was at was fixed, when he
2020 election?
Absolutely.
You do not believe that?
We all went to sleep. President Trump was winning. We woke up, and Biden was a president who never campaigned. Mm-hmm. So it was all fixed. I say that, and I still say it.
And what did you think on November 5th when you saw the returns coming in?
Oh, I was there. I was at the...
Mar-a-Lago?
No, I was in Washington for when he won, of course.
Oh,
and I was just... we're all just... He's, as far as I'm concerned, he's the greatest president we ever had in the United States. He promises and keeps it. Mm-hmm. And he's just great.
Now remember, Chuck Zito himself is no stranger to these legal troubles, having spent 6 years of his life behind bars in the 80s before turning his life around with Hollywood, and I'm sure it was a pretty stark contrast for Donald Trump as it regards his relationship with Hollywood to have a man like Chuck Zito in trials with him, while Robert De Niro threw a fit outside the court in New York, and the way we saw him do it. And in some sense, it was the last 2 years for Trump that really separated a lot of the chaff in his social circle to reveal who was really worth trusting before he won the presidency once again. And that, along with the assassination attempt in July, helped to reveal both his character as well as the kind of people he needed to surround himself with.
You spent a whole life between the Hells Angels, not to mention the prison time, the boxing, the mixed martial arts, the bodyguarding.
Yes.
Trump's also extremely tough.
Yes.
So about tough guys.
I call him a savage because he is. Any other president or anybody else who gets shot, they'd be under that counter there. And that he got up, he said, wait, when he put up fight. He's just, there's nobody like him. He's just so, nothing phases him. Mm-hmm. And they tried, and you know what, when I'm crazy, it gets me that people say it was staged.
Oh, it's infuriating.
And you know what? Corey Compatore lost his life shielding his family.
That's right.
The other two guys were shot also. And they think he's going to say, do me a favor, just nick my ear.
I know. It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. And that's how some people think, and that's what gets me infuriated.
It's such an insult.
It is an insult. And there's people still, a lot of them, he's doing, the first hour he was elected. He started signing the orders, and he's going to change this country around back to the way it was.
That is so true, and you wouldn't believe how persuasive that dangerous idea was, especially when TikTok was flooded after the attempt on Donald Trump's life, saying exactly things like this. A poll from the consulting firm Morning Consult even found in July that up to a third of young Biden voters expressed doubt with the attempt on his life, and that it was actually staged. And when someone's gone that far, there's really no way to bring them back to sanity. That's why America spoke at the ballot box, and the left's media machine in the culture wars was eventually pushed to the side. One of those biggest machines has been Hollywood and Chuck Zito, his firsthand experience of the shift in attitudes towards Donald Trump in Hollywood before and after his political career.
Have you seen a big change from the Donald Trump you knew back in the day at, the cocktail lounges and the one who you see now?
Well, you know what? He's the same guy to me, but he's just so strong. Like I said, he's resilient. He's nobody like him. And I love the guy. I'd do anything for him, but we've never had a president like him. And you got to realize, years ago, I never got involved with who was the president. Mm-hmm. Who cared? Mm-hmm. It wasn't until President Trump. It was the first time I ever voted. And I
really?
Voted first time. I never cared before. And till the day he became president, all those other people, all those woke people, all those phony people out there, they didn't like him. But like I said, I never cared about who was president before. But they talked since the day he became president. They have not stopped talking about him. Every day you heard President Trump, mm-hmm. And everything else. But as far as I'm concerned, he's the greatest president we ever had.
Well, he obviously...
And he's for the American people and America.
That is certainly a strong endorsement, even if he's a minority in the industry, and that means it has already started the culture's self-correction mechanism back to the center after over a decade of the left and the Democrats swinging the pendulum further and further away from the middle. But tell me in the comments how you process all of this, because I think we're standing at the start of that cultural and political correction over the next 4 years.